Right, so back in the kitchen with all the this tins. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to make some waterproof kindling. Everybody likes to take all your cotton balls and this, that and the next thing. So I go a little bit different. And I go and soak cotton balls and pads, jute twine, and I soak them in melted wax. And get them cold so then you can carry them. They're brick hard, and you just break them up, tease out the fibres, and quick spark, up it goes. So I'll just show you how I go about this. So I'll just point this down towards here, and hopefully I can see what we're doing as well. So first of all, get some candles. You can buy blocks of it. My local stores don't buy any blocks. I've just got candles. But I can buy a box of candles. I think the box is 72 candles of these for $6. So I thought that was a pretty good buy. So what I'm going to do is melt them. Get a knife. So got my wee bowl, got a pot, and I'm not going to do them. I do them in boiling water or hot water, and it melts them that way. You can put a flame underneath it, but it tends to burn them. Well, that's what I find. So you just chop them up. Doesn't matter that the string's inside. It doesn't matter at all. So if you get that on your string, then doesn't matter. You just chop these up fine. It does help if your knife's sharp, it cuts through them a lot easier. But it doesn't really have to, because as long as it's a decent edge on it, it'll cut through the wax, no problem. Once you've got that, put them in your bowl. Depends on. You don't have to. You can even just do one candle if you want. If you're only going to try a couple of them. But I know I'm going to be doing a bunch of these. So I've already just boiled up the kettle. I'll just get this out of the way just now. Just like that. Sit in there for a few minutes. So okay, put the and that'll just take a couple of minutes to melt down. So let me just so I'm just gonna get some jute twine. I like jute. I use it for a lot of my stuff. It's a natural fibre, so if you do use it out in the woods and you can't get knots off branches and this, that and that thing, it doesn't matter, because it's a natural fibre, it will rot. So what I'm doing is just cutting these things into lengths, about 4 inches or something like that. They don't have to be exact. Close enough is good enough, as the old saying goes. So there's a bunch of there. So say there's some jute twine. Then I've got some cotton balls. You can get these at the dollar store. You get like 100 cotton balls, or literally $1, $1.50, whatever. the thing is. So I'm just going to get a few of those. I'm not going to go crazy with them because this, you can do it every so often. It's not a year's worth or anything like that. And I also like the cotton pads because you can obviously peel them up and break the fibres up that way, and they're dead easy to work with. So as you can see, it is starting to melt down. Let me just get that. Nice. So let me just leave that in there just now, and I'll come back to you in a couple of minutes once that's all melted. So as you can see, Max is all well melted. Little bits that's floating in it, that's actually the string from the candles, so you don't have to worry about them. So start off getting the jute twine. So you just put a bunch of the jute in. Don't overflow it. And just do bits and pieces at a time. And the jute, the wax will go into the fibres. And you just pick them up and then put them down on a piece of kitchen foil. That's basically just to save your worktop from getting wax all over it. I'm just wearing gloves just for the sake of the video, because I don't want somebody copying me and then getting themselves scalded with wax. So I've been doing this I do this often, so I know the temperatures that I can deal with. I work in hot environments anyway, so my fingers are generally more used to it than most people. So same with the cotton balls. Dip the cotton balls in, squeeze off the excess, let them soak. Cotton balls soak out really quite well, because then you can roll them into little hard balls. Because once you get this lit, especially the cotton is really good, because obviously cotton wools everybody uses cotton wool to take as long as they're surefire. Normally it's dipped in Vaseline. Personally, I don't like it. I have used it. It's great. It is a great fire starter, but the downside to it is the sticky mess that you get afterwards. And you can see you do get an accumulation of wax on you because it cools on your fingers. So this is where it is best to use the gloves, but say I'm just doing it for the sake of this. It is warm. It's not boiling hot because I'm just dipping it in water. If you go and use like a small propane burner or something to use this, you can get the wax really quite hot, and it starts to smoke, and it does cause a bit of a stink actually when it starts to burn rather than just melt. Obviously when you've got a candle, it just melts, and that's why you get the nice things, nice smells on them and all that sort of stuff. But once you start to burn wax, then it's not good. So as you can see, it starts to go. starts to go cold pretty quick once it's out of the water. So the cotton pads, that's why I use the cotton pads at the end, because you can just swirl them around and get them coated that way. And this will make, once they go off, this will make them 100% waterproof. So even if you do drop them in water, which I'll show you the test on that. Normally I would have that a bit more fluid, but it's all gone off. So it shows you how quick that will turn back into a solid again. So, but that's alright, you can just leave that in there, take any excess you've got, put it back in there, because when you apply heat to it again, so if you go and do it the next time you go and do it, it's all there, so don't chuck any of that out. That's good stuff. Okay, so let this get all fully hardened. That should take 10-15 minutes. Then I'm going to go and take the camera into the garage. Obviously I can't take it outside because it's absolutely chucking my rain, which is a good test for it, but I'm not getting soaked today, just for the sake of this. So I'll take it into the garage and we'll do a little test for you. Okay. Right, so as you can see, I've just moved all this stuff into the garage. So what I'll do is I've got a bowl of water. Yeah, move it back here so you can actually see, so I don't think I'm cheating. So see, I'll just take one of the cotton balls, one of the discs, and there's, you see they do stick, and there's a couple of bits of, so I'll just put them in there. That's to represent you like, oh no, my Tinder is falling in the water and it's all wet. Don't always speak like that. So anyway, so as you can see, they're solid. They're brick hard now because they've soaked up all that nice wax. So I'll turn this over. And I'll just put it like that. So this has been in for a few. Hopefully you're not dropping it in and it's going to be that long. But so just dab off the excess water that you would try to be doing anyway. So, and then break it up. You try to tease the fibres as much as you possibly can at this point. So there you go, so there's the first one. And you can see once it's actually lit, this will stay lit for quite some time. It's almost like a candle now. So you really you've got plenty of time to get your dried tinder on top of it. So say with the cotton ball, it actually takes a bit more teasing. As I say, I like the cotton ball version of it because it puts a whole coating on it. You could have that soaking in there for a long time, but the inner is still quite fluffy. So I'll put that one over here. Probably I'll show you this one. Strike this one with fairer. And these will burn for ages. I mean, look at how much. That's probably just got a fraction of it. So, and then last but not least is the jute twine. So once again, the jute twine. This break up the hard fibres of it, and then tease fibres apart. That's why I like jute, because it's made up of tons of little fibres. And you can see it's all really nice, fluffy, light. Once again. So easy. And that'll get your fire started, and because this is going to burn for easy 5-10 minutes, so that gives you plenty of time to get your other damp kind of kindling on it, that it gets it dried out and gets your fire going. So, and it's so easy. Just buy some wax, dip it in. So all these balls. I mean, I store them. I've got my just little breath freshener mints that I like. Nice little metal tin, and you just store them in there. Maybe the smaller ones. So if you really sort of push them into tiny little balls, get a whole whack of them in there, and obviously that then just fits in your pocket, so you don't have to ever worry about carrying anything again. There's that one's the cotton balls, and then you can just put the pads in your backpack in any pocket. It doesn't matter, because it's not like it's gonna. Then you can put them in a Ziploc if you want to protect them, but they're waterproof. As you can see, the jute twine doesn't last that long, but it's only a small piece of jute. It's enough to get a fire started. It gets a flame, get your stuff on. But the cotton, that lasts. Cotton pads and everything, it lasts for ages. Simple. So guys, if you're worried about having damp stuff with you or anything like that, make these up. I know the cotton balls covered in Vaseline is a great way of doing it, but this, you just flip it over and there's the fresh stuff on the bottom of it, and it goes again. But this will last for so much longer, and it's dry, it's no mess. it's so easy to deal with. So make your own tinder, guys. It takes you literally minutes. So anyway, there's another helpful tip from the Wilderness Twins. Enjoy your summer, guys.